Yo, what is up, guys? It is Coaster Watch here, and I just want to give out a quick apology. I haven't uploaded in about a month now. I'm really sorry about that, guys. Life has been catching up with me. I had to get my grades up in school. I went on a trip to New York. A lot of crazy stuff happened, but anyways, all that matters now is that I'm back, and I should be coming out with uploads 3 times a week. If you guys don't already know, I come out with them Sundays, Wednesdays, and on Fridays. Wednesdays and Fridays will be at night. Sundays will be in the afternoon, like around 3 or 4-ish. So, anyways, this is the top 20 moments I've experienced on roller coasters. I've experienced some roller coasters with some fantastic elements and moments, but which ones are the best? Find out now. Starting off with the number 20 spot, we have Tennessee Tornado's first inversion. I used to think this was a vertical loop, but it's not. I have no idea what it is, to be quite honest with you. It was just really intense, and it kind of threw me off guard. That's why I ranked it in my top 20, guys. Fantastic coaster overall. At the number 19 spot, we have Kumba and Montu's corkscrews. Montu has a ridiculous corkscrew. It just absolutely whips you around. I'm not a huge fan of corkscrews. These are the only corkscrews that made the list. Most corkscrews are just rattly and they're not very fun, but these have some really nice G-force and intensity to them. Love both of them. At the number 18 spot, we have Scorpion's Final Helix. This is some of the most intense lateral G-force I've experienced yet, and also some of the most intense positive G-force. It's like a 2.5 corkscrew. Like, it's not a double corkscrew, but it's not a triple. It like starts in one direction and ends in the other, so it's really like 2.5. It's ridiculous, man. If you ride that thing in the back row, it just whips you around. It is nuts. At the number 17 spot, we have Montu's Immelman and Kumba's Dive Loop. Both of these are great inversions. Both of these coasters really, they're really similar in a lot of ways. Except Montu has the trench dives and the 1 corkscrew, but Kumba has the helix and the double corkscrew. But both of these second inversions are just great. Kumba's it's just really nice, and then Montu's is also really nice. It gives a little bit of, almost hang time in a way. Both great inversions. If you're in the back row for both, they just pull you right through it. At the number 16 spot, we have White Lightning's Double Down. So, this is I think it's the second or third airtime moment on the ride. It is a great element. I just remember getting absolutely thrown out of my seat. I've never been I've never experienced a family coaster with this much airtime. This thing is nuts. I'm going to get a review out on White Lightning pretty soon, guys. I think that's going to be my next video. At the number 15 spot, we have SheiKra's Drop. So both these drops are great. The first one is very huge, and the second one, you have a little bit of speed going into it, so you get some nice airtime, actually, in the back rows. SheiKra's main drop just feels like you're falling forever. It is great. It almost feels like it inverts, but really it doesn't. Just vertical drop. Fantastic drop overall. Number 14 is Kumba's first vertical loop. This thing is so freaking intense. You just get pulled straight into your seat, whether in the front row or the back row or anywhere. If you sit anywhere on this coaster, it is just ridiculous. At the number 13 spot, we have Montu's Loop, which it's a little bit more forceful than Kumba's Loop, in my opinion. Especially if you're sitting in that back right seat, it is just ridiculous. This entire ride is ridiculous in that seat. At the number 12 spot, we have Cheetah Hunt's Heartline Roll. So this is just hang time city right here, man. Cheetah Hunt has a few halfway decent airtime moments, but this is probably some of the best airtime I've ever experienced in my life. I mean, hang time that I've ever experienced. It is just ridiculous, the amount that you just fall under your restraint. If you happen to not get stapled on this thing, oh my gosh. It is dangerous. It is so scary. At the number 11 spot, we have Montu's Zero G Roll. This is a fantastic Zero G Roll. Not the best one I've experienced, but it's very, very good. I underrated this really badly in my review. I just stated it was just average, but this thing is actually ridiculous. Breaking into the top 10 at the number 10 spot, we have Kraken's second vertical loop. This thing is nuts. If you aren't too familiar with any of the older roller coasters like Super Duper Looper or even Scorpion in that matter, their loops are really like perfect circles. This one resembles a circle more than it does a teardrop. The drop from the mid-course brake run isn't too high, but this thing just goes way underground. Like the top part of the loop only goes like a little bit above your head, so you're just dropping so much, and you whip through it so fast. I gray out every single time. I lose blood flow to my head. It is great. At the number 9 spot, we have a tie between Lightning Rod's Treble Clef Element and Kraken's Zero-G Roll. So again, Kraken has another one of those coasters with the fantastic Zero-G Roll. Not as good as one of these other Zero-G Rolls that's coming up, but it is great. You get some nice airtime. You just feel like your arms are going to fly off. And Lightning Rod's Treble Clef, it just provides some ridiculous lateral Gs and then some nice airtime over the top of it. It is awesome element. At the number 8 spot, we have Mako's First Drop. So if you are sitting in the back row for this thing, be prepared to just fly out of your seat. I think this is probably one of the strongest airtime moments on the ride, believe it or not. It is ridiculous. This is such a graceful, beautiful drop. I love it so much. At the number 7 spot, we have Kumba's Boomerang. This thing is so ridiculous. Now, I kind of have a bad taste in my mouth with boomerangs because there's this one boomerang that used to be at my old home park, Maurice Piers. It's their Vekoma Boomerang, and that just rattled me around. I didn't really like it. Same thing with Kraken's. Kraken's Boomerang isn't that great, but this is an example of a good boomerang. This coaster in itself is an example why they should keep building sit-down coasters. This boomerang is ridiculously intense. You just get pulled straight into your seat. It is so amazing. At the number 6 spot, we have Lightning Rod's Wave Turn. Now, this element is fantastic for getting some ejector airtime. It's not the strongest airtime on the ride. It's probably the weakest airtime moment on the entire ride, but it just lasts for so long. It is nuts. Breaking into the top 5 now. At the number 5 spot, we have Manta's Pretzel Loop. And oh my goodness, if you sit in the back row, you are going to gray out. Every time I ride this, I end up closing my eyes and holding on really tight. I always tell myself I'm not going to do it, but I always do it. Because if you're sitting in the back, like once you start to like roll over, the train is already going at full speed. So you're just going to get so much G-force. It is ridiculous. At the number 4 spot, we have Lightning Rods. I guess they're called top hats. I'm not really too sure what they're called. I guess they're like outer bank turns in a way. But man, these things provide some insane laterals and some of the greatest airtime on the planet. I think the second one was better than the first one, if I can remember correctly. It was just nuts. At the number 3 spot, we have Montu's Batwing. Oh my goodness. This is ridiculous. Like, every time I roll through this, I gray out. Every single time. Even though it's trimmed, you can't really feel it, to be quite honest with you. But this element is just insane. It goes below the ground, and, like, you're just pulling all these crazy G's, and all this blood is rushing to your feet. It is such a weird feeling, but it is a great element. Number 2 spot, we have Kumba's Zero-G Roll, or us enthusiasts like to call it the Hell Roll. It's kind of what it sounds like. It's like hell going through it. Like, it is nuts. Like, your arms just like flail all around you. They hit the person next to you, and you experience some of the greatest airtime I've ever experienced. Front row, it is ridiculous going into it. Back row, you get whipped through the second half of it. I don't really have a preference, to be quite honest with you. Front and back are amazing. But what is my number 1 element that I've experienced on any roller coaster? It is Lightning Rod's Quadruple Down. You do not know airtime until you experience this element. I mean, yeah, there's always the Rolling Thunder Hill and Superman the Ride's... Not Superman the Ride. I think it's Ride of Steel's, like, 4th hill or something. those are great. But you, once again, you don't know what airtime is until you have experienced this element. Like, I don't even know. I don't want to hype it up too much for you guys. It is just crazy. That's all you really need to know about it. So anyways, thank you all so much for watching this video. More videos are coming your way soon. Be sure to leave a like, comment, and subscribe, and share this video with your friends. And as always, I'll see you guys next time. Peace out.